Hello guys, good afternoon. This is Daniel here at Viva Kia. Today we're going to go ahead and go over the 2021 K5 EX, okay? This is actually our luxury model of the year, okay? The vehicle is beautiful with the way they changed it out. Actually took over the Optima, okay? One key thing about this is that I get everybody looking at is going to be the lights, okay? These are LED lights, daytime running lights, so during the day those lights will be on and will also notify anybody else. One big thing that they did with the lights as well, they extended them to the side of the vehicle. Okay, reason for that is if you are turning your signal, the vehicle right next to you will be able to see that you're actually switching lanes. We have that issue a lot of times when we're driving, they don't see our signal. So that's a big safety feature right there, okay? Next biggest thing is gonna be our 16-inch alloy wheels, okay? One biggest thing that I do like is that they're not just chromed out, they're actually grayed out to give it an offset color with the white. Very different 16-inch wheels, okay? Very beautiful look that they have with the emblem right at the middle, okay? One big thing, of course, I also get here in El Paso, Texas. Texas is a hot state and El Paso is a hot city. So if you're really hot, this glacier white pearl color, and keep in mind, this is a pearl color. So when it hits the sun, very beautiful color on the exterior that you are getting here. And like I mentioned, the white with the offset of the black and also on the mirror gives it a different look as well, okay? You also have keyless entry. As long as you have this key right next to you, you don't have to worry about pushing the button. You can have it in your pocket, lock or unlock, whatever you feel more comfortable with. That's one of the key feature right there, so you don't have to worry about actually holding on to the key or opening the key. You can lock or unlock right here as well. This is a 4-door vehicle, so if you do have a family, it's not going to be an issue. You have 2 kids, 3 kids, very comfortable vehicle for them to sit in the back. Also, if you're tall, I'm only 5'10", I'm not as tall as a lot of people, but you do get very comfortable if you're 6 foot and over, so there is no issues with that as well. If we move on over to the back, okay, back is completely changed out. Your whole tail light is covered from end to end right here. Of course, we do have the EX emblem that we do have right here. It does actually show out there very bright, just like our Kia emblem right there, and also our K5 emblem right here. Now, as you can see, folks, right here at the bottom, you do have sensors, okay? Biggest thing for that is to keep you safe. Any vehicle or person that is coming up behind you, it will notify you on your screen inside. Camera is going to be right here. Very beautiful camera on the very big screen that we have inside as well as you also do have the button to actually unlock the trunk right here, right next to it. My favorite thing is that it's not visible. So the cool thing about that is that people won't be able to see the button if they're trying to get it. All right, let's go ahead and move it over to the passenger side. Okay, biggest thing as well is going to be the air vents right back here. Air vents for the brakes. Reason why we have that is so it actually doesn't heat up your brakes. If that does happen on a vehicle, the brake actually will tend to lock up. And when that happens, you're not going to be able to leave your driveway or your work or wherever you're at, which that's the last thing we need here on any vehicle, okay? So the air vents on that is actually a good safety feature for you, so you don't have to worry about that as well, okay? You also do have the body line under on the bottom, okay? It does give it a more sportier look on this vehicle as well. So it's not just very good common ground, and you don't have to actually worry about hitting anything at the very bottom as well, okay? And like I mentioned over here before, we do have the white and black offset on the actual mirror, okay? One cool thing about this as well is that the lighting right here, even if a vehicle is next to you, they will be able to see you coming on right here, okay? Now, we already looked at the exterior of the vehicle. Let's go and take a look on the inside, okay? As you can see, this does have a nice black interior. You can't go wrong with the white and black. That's my personal favorite just because it's easier to clean and you don't really notice a lot of stains. I mean, I have kids myself, so it's a lot easier for me, okay? Biggest thing that you are going to notice is going to be the 8-inch screen, okay? It is touchscreen, folks, so go ahead and swipe. You can go ahead and see whatever you like as far as your map, your navigation. This vehicle in particular does have UVO. That is an application on your phone that you can download, and you can actually start it from your phone and actually set alarms for your phone to turn on and set the temperature, which is really neat. Okay, not a lot of vehicles get that. Now, one cool thing about this is that not only is it touchscreen, but as you can see, it does have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Now, me personally, I do have a cell phone, which is an Apple phone. Okay, I do have an iPhone cord here. Just by simply connecting it, okay, it's charging my phone. Now it's reading the USB. So as you can see right there, it turned green. Now what that means is once I click on that, everything that I have as far as my iPhone will now display onto the actual screen. That's including calls, music, maps. So for example, if I want to go ahead and go on my maps, I can literally see what's going to be displayed from my phone to the actual maps, which now I no longer have to be using my phone. Now I can just search for what I want, and the maps will display. Remember, this is touchscreen, guys, so you can move the map however you want. Now let's go ahead and get rid of that right there. Okay, it makes it a lot easier when it's touchscreen because now you can easily zoom in, zoom out, and do whatever you need to do on that. Now for music, I'm a big music person. Okay, having my music has to be like a daily thing. I don't know about you, but I love having my music. Okay, so having my music here displaying just like the way I have it on my actual phone is really neat. Now for my calls, I do have my calls. iPhone has favorites, recents, contacts, even the keypad. You even have an option to make the call straight from the actual screen, which is really neat. And if you want to access any other applications, you do have that option as well. That is one of my personal favorites as well. Now, a lot of people don't like using a cord. They're like, well, it's a luxury model. Why would you need a cord? Wouldn't you have a wireless charger? Of course. Now, I have a wireless charger down here. The way that works right now, if you have all doors closed, that's the way that works. It will light up right here and will let you know that the vehicle is actually charging with the actual iPhone charger right there. Would you like to try again? Sorry guys, I'm not trying to download all my contacts onto the actual screen, okay? So disregard that. Now, perfect vehicle, as you can see, very roomy. Like I said, I'm not tall. I'm actually pretty short for my height, which I'm going to scoot a little forward so I can be more comfortable. Very comfortable vehicle for traveling, having a family, like I mentioned. Now, if you don't like listening to music, you like listening to fire, to rainy days. I like listening to rain every once in a while, but no rain here in El Paso, so I have to wait for those days. Sounds of nature, okay? If I want to hear a rainy day, I can go ahead and just click on it. And the cool thing about this vehicle, that it does come with the Bose sound system as well. So with that sound system, you're going to get premium quality sound on music, on also the sounds of nature that you do have here, and also even waves. Some of us like going to the beach. We like going to the beach to relax and listen to the waves. Very relaxing, okay? That's one neat feature. If you don't like to listen to music and you just like listening to sound, you do have that option as well, okay? And that actually does stay like that throughout the whole time that you have it. Now, if you just don't want any sound or music, you just simply push that and clear silence. One also neat feature on this vehicle that gives it a nice look is going to be the wood grain that goes from door all the way across to the other door. Very nice material that's being used on here that does give you that luxury look and lets you know, hey, I'm in a nice vehicle, and gives me a luxury feeling on the actual vehicle as well. Me, personally, this look by itself with the black and brown, it's a whole different look that a lot of people don't get. The black and brown is like a whole offset, and brown is the new black basically nowadays, which is really neat. Next thing is, like I said, we're in a hot city, we're in a leather, so I mean, I sweat a lot. Unfortunately, I do. That's a bad feature I have. I'm sorry. But you do have cooling seats, okay? Really cool, awesome. If you really want to be cool, you have three options. You have the cool, slightly cool, and very low cool if you get too cold. But for me, I'm going to have it cool all day. Now, we do have the option of heated seats, which I wouldn't recommend right now. Like I said, I don't like the hot weather, so we're going to stay cool and just leave it on the cooling seats for now, okay? You also have the option of heated steering wheel, so when winter does come up, you have the option of heating this up, and you don't have to worry about having a cold steering wheel and just barely touching it. Now you can actually comfortably touch it and don't have to worry about that, okay? Biggest favorite option that I do like here as well is going to be the sunroof. That is going to be a panoramic sunroof that goes all the way to the back as well. Yes, does this open? Of course it does. Look at that sunroof. Nice, beautiful day. Drive around the city with the family, kids on a Sunday. You can't go wrong with that type of day. Next thing I do like as well, me and my wife tend to fight for the air conditioning. Like I said, I get hot, so I like to have it cold all the time. You have dual air conditioning. Now what this means is you have sync. So the driver actually gets to hold how the way the air conditioning works. As you can see right there, both of them are actually going as the way I move it on my end. Now if my wife wants to be warm, we take off the sync, and there you go. She's able to actually move it a lot warmer, and I get to keep it cool on my side, so I don't have to actually be arguing with her. And that does cause a lot of arguments, okay? So learn it from me. I have the personal experience on that part, okay? So don't worry about it. So next thing that I do like as well is going to be the parking brake, okay? Before we used to have this long stick right here. We all remember that sound. Our parents had those vehicles, and they always told us, make sure you put your parking brake. This is now your parking brake right here. A simple push of a button will hold your brake. It will hold the brake on the vehicle, and you don't have to no longer be pulling a long stick, okay? Which makes it real comfortable. And as you can see, folks, I'm very comfortable in this vehicle. I have no problems actually accessing anything else as far as like the glove compartment right here to place my phone. Even if I have the wireless charging pad right here, I do have that option. Very comfortable vehicle. Now, a lot of you are kind of asking about, well, what's that drive mode? I know you guys are looking at that, and what is that? Okay, let me go ahead and show you. So the drive mode, it does give you different modes on the actual vehicle, as you can see, okay? We do have a mode called custom. We have a mode called sport, normal, and smart, okay? All of our vehicles no longer have power steering fluid. Now, a lot of you are thinking, well, what does that mean? How does the vehicle work? How does it function? How does it turn? The way that works is, when you have it in normal mode, it's kind of like your daily driver. You're kind of going to the store, to work, very loose on the steering, which is really neat. Now, when we actually switch it to sport, which this vehicle does have a 1.6 turbo, when you switch it to sport, the steering actually gets tighter. So when you make those sharp turns, you don't have to worry about the vehicle flipping over or anything. You make this turn, makes it nice and simple, smooth on your sport mode. Now, there's also that smart mode. And what does smart mode do? The cool thing about smart, it actually detects how the way you drive. So if we're driving speeding, we're going fast, we're late to work, we're late to school, we're late to drop off the kids, whatever the case may be, it's going to automatically put itself in sport mode. So that's going to detect how the way you drive. So if you're in smart and you're driving like as a daily, going to work, going to a grocery store, it's going to put itself in normal, which is pretty much your eco mode nowadays. And of course, you have your custom mode. And well, now you're asking, what is custom? If you like the feeling of sport and acceleration, but you like the steering of normal, you can actually set your vehicle to actually have full sport launch mode to go ahead and take off, but still have the steering of normal. Me personally, I like to have it in sport all the time. I don't know about you guys, but I like to have it in sport all the time. I like the adrenaline rush of actually going fast and passing other cars. Remember, this vehicle does have a 1.6 turbo, okay? Now, we already went over to the exterior of the vehicle. We were already in the front seat. We went a couple features there. Now we're in the back, okay? Like I said, I'm not super tall, but then yeah, I'm still your average height of 5'9", 5'10" here in El Paso, Texas, okay? Really neat about the vehicle, okay? Like I said, remember, the wood grain goes all the way from the back, all the way to the front, from door to door on each side of the vehicle, okay? Now, also, you do get air conditioning on this vehicle as well. Now, this is only on the EX model, okay? Only on the EX model, you actually get air conditioning on the back. Not every model of the K5 actually carries that. That's really neat for people who sit in the back. It gets really hot, especially for kids nowadays. We got to make sure they're getting air conditioning and also making sure they're feeling cool, which is really neat. For me, that's really big. I don't know if you guys have kids, but that's a big plus for me, okay? Also, you have this big storage space down here. You have these pouches right here on both sides. Not every vehicle gives you that actual option, okay? You can actually store from anything to papers. I mean, if you do your oil changes, I like to keep them in one spot in the back so it doesn't take up too much spot in my glove compartment. Or also even for your kids, snacks, games, which is really neat. Now, since we're going to technology nowadays, a lot of kids like to have cell phones, tablets, gaming systems are on the go nowadays. You have 2 USB chargers down here, okay? So no one's going to be left out with actually charging their actual devices. No more long cords going from the front to the back. No more cords taking over mom and dad's charger. Now everybody has their own charger. So now, if you really look at it, we're looking at a total of 6 chargers in this whole vehicle. That's 2 in the back, 4 in the front, and that's including our wireless charger in the front, which is really neat. And like I said, very comfortable vehicle. So even if you're 6 foot, you still have enough space to actually leg room and actually sit someone else over here. And even if you have 3 kids, you have even the smallest child to sit in the middle very comfortably. That's not going to be an issue with here with the family of 4 or 5.